Howdy folks, Big Anklevich here. I used to be 300 pounds, diabetic, and felt terrible, was really sick and having problems. But then I found the carnivore diet. I lost 100 pounds, put the diabetes behind me, and rid myself of basically all of those problems. And so I come on here to talk about the carnivore diet every day and just offer the same stuff that I have that I want you guys to have as well. What we're doing here is the Carnivore Challenge, the August Carnivore Challenge. Me and my friend Marshal challenge each other to live the carnivore diet so that we can regain our health, and we try to support each other through doing that carnivore challenge. We're in what we are calling the hardcore days of summer. And yeah, let's head into our daily videos and check them out. Here on Big Anklevich on Health. Okay, so what did I do today? Well, today was a busy day at work. I wasn't able to do as much of my usual walking around every half hour kind of a thing that I did. And then when I got home, I did manage to get out and walk, but I didn't even get out and manage to walk as much as I usually do. So my total for walking today was just 11,000 steps. It's above my goal. I beat 10,000 still, and I made sure that I was going to get there, but not as much as I would like, sadly. So, you know, I'll have to do better, I guess. We'll see if I can do better tomorrow, although I expect it to be really similar to I broke my fast this morning, but I can't tell you when. How many hours? I would say it's somewhere around 39 hours, I think, possibly 40. But I went to go get on my app and, you know, hit stop. I'm done. And this is what I saw. It just loaded, loading, and never finished. It still hasn't loaded. It's been hours. It's been most of the day, and it still hasn't fixed itself. Hopefully the app's not dead forever. That would be kind of a bummer to lose all that info that I have from all my years of fasting. It goes all the way back. I've been doing it since 2018. But something like 39 hours. And I had myself a bowl of ground beef with some shaved beef that my wife made. She made Philly cheesesteak sandwiches for the family. And then this was the meat that was left over from those sandwiches. She didn't put any of the green peppers and stuff that you put into it with my meat. So I was able to put that in what I ate, and I ate that. That was what I broke my fast with. And then later in the day, I decided to try some stuff out. I tried out these, I don't know what you'd call them, carnivore wrap roll, bacon rolls, something. I don't know. It's basically ground beef rolled like a meatball rolled inside of bacon. And I tried that. I tried it for a video that I'm going to be doing in a little bit later on. So you'll see more about it then, but that's what I ate for my second meal, and I pretty much stuffed myself. I was pretty darn full. I probably overate, ate more calories than I should have. So maybe that's going to be really dumb. I'm going to see that I weigh a lot more, and I'm going to have to get back into Wonderland again. But for now, I'm doing good. I'm in Wonderland, and I'm loving it. Let's head over and see what Marshal did today.
Thanks, Big. Hey, carnivores. It's Marshal here on day number 28 of the hardcore days of summer here in August. Today, I have something to brag about. It's a fast day today, and so I've been fasting since last night. And get to work, and I know I have a couple meetings scheduled, one shorter one in the morning and then a really long meeting in the afternoon. At least I thought it was in the afternoon. It ended up being at noon, and it was a lunch meeting, so there was lunch there, and then, you know, we proceeded with the meeting or whatever. And in the first meeting, the one in the morning, there was a big package of fresh muffins, like poppy seed muffins, blueberry muffins. And I got there a little bit late, so I had to sit closer to them than I usually would. And just smelling those, I did end up closing the package, or the little box that it came in, just so that I wouldn't have to smell it. But I overcame that temptation, and it wasn't too strong of a temptation, just a tiny bit of a, ooh, that looks good. Wow, that smells really good. But I wasn't too tempted to have that. Realizing that I was going into a lunch meeting, I was like, oof, this is going to be rough. Everybody's going to be eating. So I brought my big old cup of water that I have, and just figured I'd sip on water. And luckily, it wasn't as bad as it could. Like, sometimes we have like really good lunches, like a barbecue lunch where they have brisket and pulled pork and good stuff, This time it was just sandwiches and a salad and chips and cookies and stuff like that from Panera Bread. And I mean, yeah, that is tempting if you're hungry. But it wasn't as tempting as it could have been. Or, even if it was pizza, I probably would have been tempted to go eat the tops off of the pizza or whatever. So yeah, my stomach was growling a little bit, but to be honest with you, it was pretty easy to just sit there and not eat anything while everybody else was eating. Nobody said a word. Nobody looked at me, gave me the side eye or anything like that. Somebody earlier in the day had said, "Hey, it's lunch today," like, woohoo. And I said, "Yeah." I said, what's that look on your face for? I said, "Well, I'm fasting today, so I won't be eating." He said, "What?" But he didn't say anything or care. So I thought I feel pretty good about that. That's a pretty big challenge to two meetings with temptations there, and the meetings. I mean, some of it's interesting, a lot of it's boring, and so just out of something to do to keep eating is a temptation there. But no, I honestly was felt very comfortable, very good not eating. I wasn't very tempted, and I think that's pretty big progress. It wasn't like a chore or oh, this is so aggravating, or I can't believe I'm fasting today. No, I had a positive attitude about it, and just went along and did everything. So that, I felt really good about that. So I had to brag a little bit, and then yeah, came home, didn't eat anything. Oh yeah, my wife made some green chili enchiladas for my kids. She's not eating them either, but I thought, well, I guess that's just one more thing that I'm passing up today. And it wasn't, again, I wasn't that tempted. It wasn't that hard to just look away and say, no, not for me. And yeah, so I guess that was 3 temptations. And I did go for a walk. Boy, I was wondering if I was going to make it out for my walk. I was waiting for the temperature to cool down a little bit, and I was going to go out, just before sunset, so I could get a good picture in the light and maybe even get some nice clouds or something like that in the background. But just as I was doing that, I got a phone call, and somebody that had texted me earlier asking for help with something at the church. I said, "Oh shoot, I totally forgot about that." They're like, "Hey, can you still help me out?" I'm like, "Yep, I can." So my plans changed, and by the time I was done with everything, it was dark, and so I'm like, "Oh, I don't care. I'm going anyway." It wasn't as long as the walk as I was going to do, but that's okay. I got out and I walked. I took a picture. It looks kind of silly in the dark, but I took it anyway. That's I gotta record these things. So anyway, I thought that was a very successful day, very hardcore, and yeah, get to eat tomorrow, and end this fast, and doing great. All right, thanks everybody.
All right, Marshall, way to go. I love to see you come on here and brag a little bit. That's great. You know, that's really an achievement, especially sitting there next to the smell. I had that problem last week. You know, when you're fasting, your sense of smell seems to really heighten, particularly with food. And yeah, it was tough. I had to sit next to the Muddy Buddies last week, as I mentioned, and yeah, I just was smelling that the whole time, just going, come on, people, please give me a break here. But yeah, nice job and sticking around and doing the walk even late at night. Nice job. Um, I love it, Marshall. Keep it up. Doing what you say you're going to do, and that is really important. I like it. All right, folks, we'll see you next time on Big Ankovich on Health.